Right, hey guys, it's Sash with a little tips and tricks on Overpass. Just a few things that I think you should know coming into a little bit of T-side trickery, I guess you'd call it. So the first thing is obviously the nothing spam. Really simple. You want to aim a little bit lower than your normal head height because you're actually on elevated ground here. Your nothing spam is basically going to be on this tiny little, there's a little notch in the wood that you can't really see right now, but there's a tiny piece, a little black dot on the wood, and that's generally where you can be aiming, and that spam's going to line up to right here. And this is going to help you lock down a little bit of B aggression and really consolidate your map control. You just want to put a 30 bullet spam in here. It really doesn't invest much, but also can store them quite a lot. The second tips and tricks I guess I'd give you is imagine the doors there is coming up to this. You basically wedge yourself in this back left corner, you put your cursor at the top, flash goes directly out, beautiful pop flash, blinds absolutely everyone most of the time. Be very aware that as soon as you hear that click noise, they're going to be doing that flash, turn around, anything. If you're taking map control as a CT, playing under here and posting up is a really good spot because you'll hear the door open. Playing under here is a little bit edgy because when you're playing against people with really good aim, it's just a headshot angle, really simple. Some nice boosts you can get into connector. It's from here. You get quite a nice little angle, you can crouch, you can get a couple free kills on B short. Especially if the CTs lock out connector control from you. A couple things you can do on taking A is getting a little bit of a jiggle play going on. You can actually stall yourself in this wall, it's a little bit glitched, and sometimes you can stall in the correct point and just get like a cheeky one tap because you're actually accurate. Very unlikely, but still doable. A couple things to consider is when you're pugging on Overpass, connector is one of the most important places to play. B short is one of the most important places to play, but actually going A long, it's very underused in pugs, especially if you're putting a lot of pressure on B and putting a lot of pressure in connector. That draws a lot of utility from the CTs, and it's unlikely that they're going to have a guy just sitting on A long with an AWP because it's such a useful tool to have if you're coming A long. But as a CT, you're not going to realize that you're coming A long. There's no reason for you to decide, oh, they're coming A long this round. I'm just going to hold it for 12 rounds in a row until they do come A long to shut down that one play that they can come up with. It's just not really going to happen. And then going through into a little bit of CT, you can get some really nice boosts. One boost, early boost, naturally. Second boost, early boost, really good. This is a 3-man boost. You boost 2 people on here, but it actually gets you a lot of monster play. If you notice that your enemy is playing a lot in monster, you can kill a lot of people that are setting up smokes, and this is roughly the elevation that you'll get. You can even do a little jump peek and then spam through this wood. Completely spammable, really simple kills to get, but you've got to have a lot of map control. The nice thing about Overpass is that depending on what your game plan is, you can really do a lot of good things, but it invests a lot of utility and a lot of resources and a lot of players and a lot of time. So one really nice thing to do on Overpass to counter that is just to get some really simple boosts. Getting a nice little AWP pick up on here. Your AWPer's got to be wary of 2 separate things. One, long toilets, it's the pick, and one, connector, it's the pick. That's all he's going to be watching. You, as the booster, you're just going to smoke this off so that you can't die. If they come through, it's a favourable fight. You should win it. Another thing I mentioned earlier is getting this nice AWP angle, this nice AWP angle. I like, on A Overpass, to go for Guardian Peaks. It's really good for spotting a lot of information. The Guardian Peak, essentially, if you don't really know it, is just to jump up here as quickly as possible and get little headshot angles if you want to, or go for a big body up play, or if you don't see anyone and you're feeling ballsy, kill the guy that's pushed up here. Can be really effective for locking out T-map control, and if you can lock out T-map control on A, you're basically set for the rest of the half. And that's why these boosts are really useful. Just getting one kill, falling back, your second guy's got you with Molotovs, he's ready. You know, if you're going for a Guardian peek, a lot of times I'll be standing on these stairs saying I'm ready to flash as soon as you peek. Just popping a flash over the hedge, stalls a rush, smoking mid, understanding the timing of when to smoke mid even before he's shot his AWP, because he's going to be lining it up regardless. Getting a Molotov, really falling back, throwing a couple high pop flashes so that if they're rushing you down with Tech 9s, which a lot of Pug teams do, a lot of low tier teams do, they just rush A with Tech 9s just to swarm the AWPer. They are going to be blind, it stalls for a lot of time, your rotates are going to come through from B. Really, really simple things. A couple few other things not many people know, but this truck is basically built for Molotovs, right? It's the perfect angle from when you're rotating. A lot of teams don't know this, and it really upsets me that you just come green and you throw a Molotov off the side of truck and it bounces straight on the bomb. That's where everyone plants in overpass and people still don't know it. It crazes me how people don't know that yet. Especially when rotating over to A side or playing boosts, you can get some really nice boosts up here. Really famous clip from Get Right, just mowing G2 players down. You can also get a couple boosts on truck. I wouldn't really recommending it, but boosting on site, really good. Boosting up here, really good for getting 2 or 3 kills before they even see you, and especially holding off long with just a single smoke. I mean, if they want to come through the smoke, you should be ready for them. If they don't come through the smoke, you've played the time and you've done your job as a CT. Hope this helps you a little bit, and I'll be working through why you shouldn't be playing places like this in the future.